Today in the Golden State Warriors franchise here on NBA 2K25, we'll be going through much of December, entering the new calendar year. We've got the Lakers on the calendar on Christmas, which should be a lot of fun. Last episode, of course, we went through the in-season tournament, and our team fared pretty well. We ended up going 3-1 with a blowout loss in the last game against the Nuggets, and that one loss might be enough to keep us out of the NBA in-season tournament. 4 teams make it per conference, and right now we would currently be the 5th seed. We're going to need the Blazers to lose their last in-season tournament game by close to 20 points if we want to pass them for that 4th seed, given that point differential is the tiebreaker. So unfortunately, there's a good chance we won't make it. But nonetheless, our team has gotten off to a solid start this year. We're currently 12-8 and the 6th seed in the Western Conference. So overall, the team's been playing fairly well. We had a good month of November. We beat some strong teams. And overall, I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. Steph Curry's obviously been fantastic. He's averaging 30 a game on good efficiency. We're still looking for more consistent secondary scoring, but overall, our team looks like a playoff team thus far. And if we continue to hover around that 6th seed range at the trade deadline, don't be surprised to see us go out and make a potentially big move, but we've still got to continue to play well. Now, first things first, let's see what happens in this last in-season tournament game with the Blazers and the Clippers. Portland would end up winning, which means we are out of the in-season tournament bracket. And the funny thing about the Trailblazers is they are now 4-0 in the in-season tournament, but they are 2-16 in every other game they've played. So they really are in-season tournament merchants. So this is what the bracket looks like. And again, if it was a 10-team playoff, we would have been in there. But unfortunately, we just missed the cut. And now for that second week in December, we have the Pistons and Pelicans scheduled. But I do want to start by looking at one of these games against Minnesota. I think we're going to play the second game. So we'll simulate here at home against Houston and then the first matchup against Minnesota. As we get offered a trade here, Jonathan Kuminga for the Spurs first rounder via Atlanta. That pick might be pretty high, but for now, I'm going to say no. We split these 2 games. Close win against the Rockets, 40-10 for Steph. Another triple-double for Draymond Green. And then we lost to Minnesota, but honestly, I'm kind of impressed. This is another game where we played our B team, essentially. No Curry, no Draymond, gave those guys the game off, and we almost won. We were 2-0 without Curry in the last episode, and now we nearly just beat one of the Western Conference contenders without him. So I am encouraged by seeing this team play well when we've given Curry nights off. Obviously, he will play today, so I'm curious to see how he ultimately looks. The big story, though, will be Draymond Green, because obviously he has an interesting relationship with Rudy Gobert. It's not a particularly good one. Those two do not really like each other. And for the hell of it, I decided to start Draymond at the 5. I know Minnesota has kind of a big lineup, but I figured we're a small team. We might as well go all in. But interestingly, Minnesota's not starting Rudy Gobert. Naz Reid will start at the 5, and Rudy Gobert will come off the bench. So I guess Minnesota figures, let's have these two off the floor. I was all about that smoke, but apparently they are not. With Draymond at the 5, we're going small. We will start DeAnthony Melton at the 2, given that we're a matchup-dependent team at shooting guard, and Melton's a great perimeter defender. He's going to guard Anthony Edwards a lot, and his usage and role today will be more than it would be against a normal team. Curry, pull-up jumper is good as it rattles in, and Steph Curry gets the scoring started here for Golden State as it's 2-0. Curry brings it up off the dribble. This time looks to throw up a 3, and that one is good. A quick 5 in the opening minute for Stephen Curry, and the Warriors are up early. Anthony Edwards, the star of this Minnesota team, gets the scoring started for the Timberwolves as he hits the left mid-range jumper, and it's now 7-4. Edwards open for 3. Melton tried to get off the screen from Naz Reid, but he couldn't before Edwards gets an open look there from deep. 11-9 now. Edwards with it off the screen again. Another 3, and once again he drills it. Even with one of our best perimeter defenders on him, Anthony Edwards has gotten to work in these first few minutes. He's got 8. Curry out to Kuminga from the top of the key, and Jonathan Kuminga drills the triple. Warriors back ahead 14-12. The veteran point guard Mike Conley with it off the screen. Conley on the drive as it poked away by Curry, and Kuminga ends up with it. Here comes Golden State in transition. Kuminga looking to take it himself. Pump fake out to Melton. Golden State's going to reset the possession, but Kuminga's open for 3, and that one is good. Jonathan Kuminga 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. 5-point lead now. Here's Conley with it. Gets the screen. Curry expects the drive, so he goes around Cat. But Mike Conley stays beyond the three-point line and drills the shot. Smart play there by the veteran guard. He sends it over to McDaniels, who drills the three. They have Kevin Durant, but we've got Jaden McDaniels. 18-17. Kuminga pump fake on the drive. Layup is good. And the cum bucket is already in the double figures. He's got 10. That one is stolen away by Curry. He's played some really good defense so far tonight. Draymond with it inside. Jonathan Kuminga throws it down. What a start offensively for Kuminga. He's now got 12. 21-18. Daishin Nix in at point guard. Blows by Pajemski. He's in for the slam. Nix right now is the backup point guard for Minnesota, not Rob Dillingham. Dillingham suffered a patella tendon injury earlier in the season, and unfortunately, we won't get to see him in action tonight as Kuminga hits another three. He's got 15. His average is a little over 15 a night. He's got that in the first quarter. Pajemski misses the three, but Looney's there with the rebound, the putback, and the and one. Rudy Gobert called for the foul. I imagine Draymond Green is pretty pleased right now on the Warrior bench. Edwards' triple is good. That was a long-range three. 2-point game with seconds left in the quarter. Moses Moody will heave it up, and that one is off the mark. A competitive, low-scoring start. The Warriors lead 27-25, now 28-25 as we move into the second. No Rob Dillingham, but we do get to see the other first-round rookie for Minnesota, Terrence Shannon Jr., drafted late in the first round out of Illinois. He makes the layup. Here's Curry. Step back. Splash. The rookie gets a taste of the multiple-time MVP. 33-29. Shannon back with it. One of the best scorers in college basketball a season ago. Responds with a three of his own. 33-32. Draymond Green with it. He has it stripped away and stolen. Joe Ingles ends up with it. He gets it to Shannon. Here comes the Timberwolves in transition. Edwards now for three, and that one is good. Excellent ball movement by Minnesota. They'll take the lead back. Good rebound inside by Edwards on the offensive glass to keep the possession alive. Shannon with it, gets the screen. Terrence Shannon for three. He hits another one. A big start off the bench tonight for Terrence Shannon Jr., and it's 38-33. Shannon's played well so far in a limited role with Minnesota as Kuminga has a wide-open slam. The defender way overcompensates after the pass. Kuminga now with 17 points as Melton pokes it away from Naz Reid. It's stolen by Wiggins. Out to Draymond. Draymond with a dime in the corner for guess who? Jonathan Kuminga. He's got 20. The Wolves cannot stop him. They can only hope to contain him. Warriors with it in transition here in a tie game. Curry with it, back out to Kuminga. Step back, heat check, bang! They cannot stop him! 23 for Kuminga. Him and Curry have combined for 35 of the Warriors' 41 points. It's honestly a concern that the rest of this team looks this bad, but I will say it is encouraging that it's not just Curry doing all the work. Instead, it's Curry and Kuminga. Off of the make from Edwards, there's Trace Jackson Davis in transition with the slam, 45-40. Edwards thought about the three, doesn't take. Good closeout by Melton. But Edwards comes in with the poster slam. Kuminga called for the foul. That's his third. As good as Kuminga's played tonight, he is in foul trouble, and the Warriors are going to have to be smart with how they manage his minutes the rest of the way. Nice play there by Pajemski, his first field goal of the night, 45-47. Trace Jackson Davis with it. No good. Gets his own miss. Out to Wiggins, the former Timberwolf, who hits the three. That was a really smart play by Trace Jackson Davis. He took a tough shot, knowing he would have the leverage to get the offensive rebound and make the pass, which he does to a T. Karl Anthony Towns basically does the same thing there, passes it out to Edwards, and he hits the triple. Knotted up at 50 now. Buddy Hield guarded by Towns. That means there's got to be a mismatch somewhere, as Hield gets it back, nearly stolen away by Naz Reid. Out to Curry on the drive. Acrobatic layup for Steph is good. He's got 14, trying to carry the load offensively with Kuminga, of course, not in the game right now. McDaniels with a nice move, and that takes a very unlucky bounce for Minnesota. Warriors with it on the break. Minute and a half left in the first half as Andrew Wiggins gets the layup. Inefficient start for Wiggins, looking to prove himself against his old squad. Conley with it inside for Naz Reid. Look at the mismatch here with Buddy Hield as Naz Reid makes the layup. Our glorious Lord and Savior, Naz Reid. Bow down to the king. 6 seconds left in the half. Curry calls for isolation. Obviously, he's going to be the one taking the shot here. Curry for the lead. That one is off the mark, and that'll do it for a really exciting first half here at the Chase Center. knotted up at 54. Overall, our team looks fairly solid. The Wolves are one of, if not maybe the best team in the NBA. In 2K simulation, the Wolves are unbelievably good, so the fact that we've been able to really keep this game neck and neck is impressive. The big story has to be Jonathan Kuminga. Even with the 3 fouls, he has been on another level. 23 points. We have seen real flashes of shot creation from Jonathan Kuminga that wasn't always there in his first 3 seasons with the Warriors. To start the second half, Curry out to Buddy Hield in the corner for 3, and Buddy Buckets is on the board for the first time in this game. Warriors lead. Anthony Edwards guarded by Draymond Green. Edwards inside, layup is good. He's got 25 to get the scoring started in the third quarter for the Wolves. Curry with it now on the drive, blows by Conley, blows by Edwards, draws the double. Buddy Hield should have taken the 3 but doesn't, and Kuminga is stuffed! Naz Reid with the denial. I guess the thought of starting Naz Reid if you're Minnesota is that he provides some of the rim protection that Gobert does, and he's obviously a much better offensive player. Kuminga with another 3, that time in transition. He's got to be like 6 of 7 this point from 3. Another heat check and another make. He is en fuego. Someone's got to put out this fire because it might burn down the arena at some point. 62-65. Nice layup there by Gobert, taking advantage of the height mismatch with Looney. Kuminga over to Brendan Pajemski, looking for the screen. Pajemski on the drive. Pull-up jumper is good. And Pods has the Warriors up by 3. Make it 1. Nickeil Alexander-Walker running the backup point guard spot with no Rob Dillingham brings it up. Towns with it now. Good layup. Horrible defense, though, by Andrew Wiggins is at 68-67. Here is Pajemski with it. Looking for the screen from Wiggins. He gets it. Pajemski inside for Andrew Wiggins. Towns got cooked on the pick and roll. And Towns returns the favor to Wiggins, playing even worse defense. But now Wiggins returns the favor again, trailing behind Cat as he went up the floor. This Wiggins and Towns matchup is hilarious because they're both guarding each other horribly. Jimmy Butler must be grinning watching this game somewhere as Terrence Shannon hits the 3. Minnesota up by 6, one of the biggest leads either team has had at the entire game. Someone's got to stop this run, and it's Steph Curry. Step back 3 is good. One-score game once again. Now we've got Towns and Wiggins. This has been a free 2 points for whoever's on offense. Case in point. 77-72. Curry looking for the screen. He gets it. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, obviously a better defender than Mike Conley, but Steph Curry is Steph Curry. He called bank as he sends that one off the glass. Here comes Shannon with it, and with a full head of steam, it is hard to stop Shannon because he is like a locomotive going to the basket. 79-74, Curry with it out to Kyle Anderson, of course, with the Wolves last year. Back to Curry, he gets it to Moses Moody on the drive. In the corner, D'Anthony Melton hits the 3. Lead back to 2 here in the waning moments of the third quarter. Shot clock unplugged. Curry again calls for isolation. He will be the one to take the shot. Will he go for the tie or the lead with just 3 seconds left? Pull-up triple is off the mark. That'll do it for the third quarter. Still a very close game. 79-77, Timberwolves with the edge as that brings us into the fourth. Minnesota now leads by 4. Pajemski on the drive as it's stripped away and stolen. Nickeil Alexander-Walker tipped it out. Shannon ends up with it. Terrence Shannon, jumper is good. It takes a friendly bounce. And the Wolves are now up by 6, 83-77. Melton brings it up for Golden State on the drive. Blows by everybody. He is in for the layup. The Warriors have gotten a good game out of Melton. Efficient scoring, solid defense, and he hasn't made too many mistakes. Pajemski with another turnover. Shannon again with it in transition with another slam. Moses Moody, the victim there. 87-80. Nickeil Alexander-Walker with it. Fadeaway 3. On the way, it's good. And the Wolves have been on fire to start the fourth. They lead by 10. Biggest lead either team has had tonight. Golden State's got to get something going. When in doubt, let 30 cook. Steph Curry for 3. We are within 7. 90-83. Curry overcompensates to get the closeout on Edwards, who blows right by him for the slam. 9-point lead. Curry back with it. Step back, shimmy, shake. Then you beauty. It's a long 2 for Curry, but it is a 7-point game once again. Edwards with it, guarded by D'Anthony Melton. Edwards' jumper is good with the foul and 1. That's Looney, and he does not like it. Wolves back up by 10. Curry throws up a 3, no good. Melton flies in with the offensive rebound out to Looney, who has the mismatch here with Anthony Edwards. Looney posts up. That one is good. Great play by Melton to soar in out of nowhere, though, for the rebound to keep the possession alive. 95-87. Edwards with it. Melton fooled on the fake, and Edwards misses the poster. Gobert misses. Gobert gets it back, and Minnesota will get a third shot on this possession. Nickeil Alexander-Walker with it. He still has it on the drive out to an open Conley. Third time's the charm. Misses that one. Gobert with the rebound. And Minnesota got 4 chances there before Gobert finally scores. That's unacceptable, and that's the issue with this Warriors team. Nobody's taller than 6'9". Kuminga for 3, no good. Looney putback attempt also off the mark. Kuminga's really cooled off. He started 6 of 7 from deep, but since he has missed 3 in a row. Anthony Edwards with it out to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That one is good, and it is a 13-point lead. Not looking good here for Golden State with under 5 minutes to play. Draymond with it, and look at the matchup. He's finally guarded by Rudy Gobert as he smokes the layup. Way to look tough. Minnesota has it on the other end, meanwhile. Naz Reid with it, guarded by Kuminga. Reid with the fake, hands it off for Mike Conley, who has it stripped away and stolen by Jonathan Kuminga. On the other end, he gets it to Wiggins for 3, and it's good! Big shot for Wiggins. Big defensive play by Kuminga. Lead is back within 10. The door is still smidged open for the Warriors as Gobert is there with the slam. Draymond gets cooked on the pick and roll. Here in the 1 minute his matchup has been Rudy Gobert. He hasn't looked too good. Third time's the charm? No. Rudy Gobert sends it into the seats. Draymond Green just got his chain snatched by Rudy Gobert, who is now out of the game for Naz Reid. I guess Gobert figured, let's go out with a win. Off the turnover, here comes Golden State. Wiggins' open layup is good. Lead sits at 10. I still cannot get over Rudy Gobert owning Draymond Green. That is hilariously sad for Draymond. McDaniels with it. Deep 3 is good. 13-point lead with 3 to go in favor of the Wolves. Golden State looking for probably a miracle at this point as Kuminga has the double. And Edwards is there with the steal. What a great defensive play by Ant-Man. On the other end, Mike Conley with it. Hands it off for Karl-Anthony Towns. Back to Conley, over to Edwards. And Minnesota will look to reset the possession, figuring, let's choose some clock. Let's get Edwards a wide-open jumper. That honestly should have been an illegal screen on Naz Reid. He was clearly shuffling his feet. Melton had no chance to catch up to Edwards. Bad call from the officials, but it is still a 15-point lead as Kuminga gets the and one, and he is a 3-throw away from passing his career high that he just recently set a couple games ago, and he would make it. 32 points, a new career best for Jonathan Kuminga. Anthony Edwards with it. Layup is no good. Nice defense by Buddy Hield, and here comes the Warriors. Andrew Wiggins with it on the drive with the big, powerful throwdown. Lead is back at 10 with just over 2 to go. Warriors running the full court press. It's Conley with it, picked up by Curry, who tries to stay within the entire way, but can't. Edwards with it now. That one is good, despite smothering defense by Buddy Hield. Hield in the game here late. We figure we need as much offense as we can get. That's our only chance of winning this game. Kuminga for 3. That one falls. He now has 35. 9-point lead with 1:15 to go. Got to score on this possession. Curry for 3, off the mark. Huge miss. Curry fooled Conley on the pump fake. Should have waited as Conley was going down to shoot it rather than shoot the ball when Conley was still high enough to contest the shot. Under a minute to go. Edwards off the screen for 3, and the foul, and 1! And that should be the dagger. Number 1 rule of defense, Draymond, don't foul the jump shooter. The second rule, don't let him make the shot. Minnesota wins at 115-102, and the Timberwolves sweep Golden State in this little 2-game home stretch. Not ideal. Nonetheless, we did have some positives in this game. Jonathan Kuminga had the best scoring outburst of his NBA career. 35 points on really good shooting, 8 for 12 from 3, which is a career high for him in both categories. Kuminga's ability and upside as a shot creator has really shown this year, and he's been a little inconsistent, but he has had some remarkably good games as a scorer. Third time with over 30 this year. He's had games with 24, 28. We're going to up his shot tendency. I want him shooting the ball more because he's been ultra efficient. 64% true shooting percentage. His true shooting mark is higher than his free throw percentage, which is a little weird. Wish he was shooting better at the line, but I can't really complain given how well he's shot from the field and three. Curry had 24, albeit on 24 shots. Andrew Wiggins had a really good second half, and that's about it. Draymond got his chain snatched by Rudy Gobert while shooting 1 for 6. Not his day. I'm honestly surprised he didn't punch Rudy Gobert, and I think if Gobert were to stay in the game in the last 3 minutes, there would have been some kind of fight. 41 for Edwards, 23 for Shannon in just 14 minutes. The bigs were kind of quiet, but they weren't necessarily inefficient. Naz Reid only took 2 shots. Gobert only had 8 points, but he made Draymond Green look like a fool, so I think he will gladly take it. And with that, our Warriors fall to a record of 13-10. We're going to simulate up to the Christmas Day matchup against the Lakers. We have a pretty tough stretch of 5 games here. The Detroit game shouldn't be too hard. The Pistons are not overly good. But New Orleans is no slouch. The Grizzlies are a strong team. Minnesota, we know, is good. And the Pacers as well. They're a very good team themselves, having just made the Eastern Conference Finals. We're going to start to get offered some more trades here. The Pistons are offering us Malik Beasley and Paul Reed for Draymond. I know that last game was bad, but it wasn't Malik Beasley and Paul Reed bad, okay? Impressively, that wasn't even the worst trade we were offered. Quentin Grimes and Olivier Maxence Prosper for Brendan Pajemski. I'm going to pass on that. We ended up going 2-3 in the games we simulated. We lost to Detroit. Yikes. But we beat the Grizzlies on the road, and we beat Minnesota on the road. We nearly choked this game against Memphis, but it was the Steph Curry show. He's really the only reason why we won. This was the first game with Jonathan Kuminga having a higher shot tendency, and he went 1 for 11 from 3. Here against Minnesota, we needed a huge fourth quarter comeback with a game-winning 3 as time expired from Steph Curry to win the game. He finished with 42, didn't shoot the 3-ball well, but he made the one late that counted the most. Buddy Hield as well had himself a really strong outing with 25 points. I'm impressed that we were able to come back down by double digits in the fourth to beat them, but then the offense laid an egg against Indiana. We only lost by 1, but the offense was abysmal in that game. As for the in-season tournament, the Knicks ended up beating the Nuggets for the second ever NBA Cup. Jalen Brunson with 42 in the championship game. Jokic did all he could for Denver, but when Russell Westbrook shoots 2 for 13, you're not going to win many games. So that'll bring us to our matchup here against the Lakers, who are in a very similar spot as us, towards the middle of the West. They're in 8th. We're still in 6th. And as we look at where these two franchises are, again, it's very similar. Both of these teams have aging superstars. Steph Curry and LeBron James are still very, very good, still top 10 players in the NBA. But given where they are and given where the young stars of the league are, Curry and LeBron are kind of fading away. And I think these two franchises are a big reason why. The Warriors and the Lakers have not done a good job since their most recent titles of building around their star players. Now, obviously, the Lakers still have a co-star for LeBron and Anthony Davis, whereas the Warriors co-star, as you can see, is averaging 6 points per game. But I digress. Draymond faced off against his least favorite human being in the world in the first game, and now he gets to face off against his Sunshine here in the second game on Christmas Day, national television, an opportunity to show the national audience who we are and what we're made of. LeBron with the early basket on Draymond. That'll be an interesting matchup to watch, not just to see if Draymond tries to make out with LeBron at some point, but also because Draymond is obviously a really good defender. How did that shot go in? That might be the luckiest bounce I've ever seen. Hachimura makes it 5-0, now 5-2 as LeBron misses the layup. Kuminga with it out to Pajemski, getting the start today at the 2. Pajemski guarded by Austin Reeves, inside for Big Loon. Kevon Looney's not even averaging 4 points a game this year, but he's got the first 4 tonight for the Warriors here in the opening minute and a half. Here's Austin Reeves with it, inside for the layup. That white boy cold! And it's now 7-4. Speaking of cold white boys, here's Brandon Pajemski for 3. That one will fall, and we are tied at 7. Lakers take the lead now. Hachimura with it over to D'Angelo Russell, the former Golden State Warrior, of course, in the Andrew Wiggins trade a few years back. He makes the layup. Pajemski with it. Tries to go for the pick and roll, but LeBron James is there with the steal on the other end with the throwdown. LeBron is a few days away from turning 40 years old. It's so impressive what he's still able to do at this age. Nobody in NBA history has been close to this good at his age as Curry hits the fadeaway three. Nice shot on the move, his first points of the night. LeBron misses. Good defense there by the Warriors. Kuminga with the rebound, out to Podziemski with it, guarded by Reeves. On the drive, inside for Draymond Green, who gets the layup over the extended arm of Anthony Davis, one of the NBA's best defensive players, as it's 13-12. Russell with it for three. That one takes a toilet roll in, and the Lakers are now up by 4, make it 3. Here comes LeBron James in transition. How are you supposed to stop him? Even though he is the oldest player in the NBA, he's still one of the best going downhill to the basket. Brendan Podziemski now with it, guarded by D'Angelo Russell. Gonna look to out-strengthen him here, out-toughen him, and one! Good play there by Podziemski as he's able to bait D'Angelo Russell into the foul. It's 18-16, Pods with 6 here in the first quarter. Hachimura no good, grabs his own miss, gets the putback, 4-point lead for the Lakers now. Buddy Hield brings it up for Golden State. Gets it over to Jackson Davis in the corner for a wide open Jonathan Kuminga, who's looking for a shooting night similarly to what we saw against Minnesota. Not so much the game against Memphis where he went 1 for 11. The lob for Anthony Davis is off the mark. Here comes Golden State. A dime for Kuminga, who throws it down. What a great pass by Trace Jackson Davis. 21-20. Here comes Killer Cam Reddish in for the layup and the foul and one. Boy, I have missed saying that as Reddish puts the Lakers back ahead. If you know, you know. 2-point game. Kyle Anderson for 3, and that one will fall. It might have taken him the entire duration of the shot clock there to get rid of the ball, but he made it. That's all that counts. Gabe Vincent in the corner for 3 puts the Lakers right back ahead. 26-24 with a minute left in the first. Another low-scoring start. What a move by Curry. Gets it over to Wiggins for 3, and that one is good. Gabe Davis was on skates on that play. What a filthy move by Wardell. 27-26, Gabe Vincent back with it, and he gets the layup with the foul. A good response for Vincent, and Coach J.J. Redick likes what he sees. 2-point game. Here's the rookie out of Tennessee, Dalton Knecht. Layup is good. Knecht has averaged 13 points per game this year as a rookie. We don't need to talk about his shooting splits, though. They have not been good. 37% from the field. Buddy Hield, half-court heave at the end of the first quarter is no good, and that will wrap things up here for the first quarter in the Bay Area. 32-29 here on Christmas. The Lakers with the lead. LeBron looking good early. As why is nobody in near the paint? That might have been the easiest 2 points of Jared Vanderbilt's NBA career. 7-point lead. Podziemski on the drive, no good. Looney with the offensive rebound, and Big Loon is there with the putback for the Warriors. 5-point game. Vincent brings it up here for the Lakers. Sends it inside for LeBron, who makes the layup. 38-31. Podziemski out to Moody, gets it to Jonathan Kuminga. On the drive, layup with the foul and one. Now that, my friends, is poor defense from LeBron James. Should have caught up to Kuminga as he was driving to the basket before the Reddish foul. D'Angelo Russell for 3. LA now up by 9. It feels like the Lakers have certainly had control throughout this game so far as Russell misses the 3 that time. Vando with the rebound. Back out to Russell. He's not going to miss twice in a row. D'Lo puts the Lakers up by 12. Someone's got to stop the drought for the Warriors, and it will be Steph Curry, who's had a rough start. Only 5 points tonight. He has been very inefficient. Went just 1 of 7 in the first quarter. Dalton Knecht with it, gets it out to a wide open man. It's D'Angelo Russell for 3. His third 3 over the last, 3 minutes. 15-point lead all of a sudden. Golden State's got to go on a run. The offense has been a disaster in this second quarter as Draymond Green hits the corner 3. 51-39, here's LeBron James off of the screen with the dime for Jared Vanderbilt, who gets the dunk. 53-39 now, Curry back with it. Dancing around at the top of the key, off the screen, line off balance 2 is good. Nice shot there for Curry, who's looking to really get comfortable here because he has not been so far in this game. Deep 3 from Kuminga from the parking lot. That one is good off the assist by Buddy Hield. 57-44. Look at this matchup. Looney guarded by D'Angelo Russell. That is lunchtime, and Kevon Looney's not leaving any scraps on his plate. 61-46, under a minute left in the quarter. Look at this matchup. Anthony Davis now goes to work. No scraps on his plate either. 17-point lead. Podziemski with it over to Curry. Curry on the drive. Long two is good. Curry has not made pretty much anything from three. He's like 1 for 6 from deep. But he's made a lot of long twos. 63-50. Anthony Davis with it. Turnaround jumper, no good. Nice defense by Draymond. Kyle Anderson's going to heave it up from half court, and it is no good. I think Kyle Anderson might be the last guy in the NBA I want shooting half court shots, because as you can imagine, he did not get that shot off in time, because my God, does it take years for him to shoot the ball. Overall, that was not a particularly good half for our guys. I thought offensively we were sluggish. We really struggled to shoot the three ball. Defensively, we really didn't look that good either. And the Lakers lead this one fairly comfortably going into the third quarter, up by 13. Pull-up triple for Brendan Podziemski is good. Now that, my friends, is how you start the third quarter. Let's see if the Warriors can get some momentum, go on a little run. Austin Reeves being wide open on the fast break is not exactly how you do that, though. Following the long two, it's a 14-point lead. LeBron guarded by Anderson. Layup is good with the foul and one. I think LeBron may have sold that a little bit. Some nice acting as it's 70-53. Hachimura now with the slam. I was hoping the Warriors would kind of pick things up in the third quarter. It's been the opposite. The Lakers have added to their lead. They're now up by 19 as Kuminga barrels his way inside. He was not taking no for an answer. Call him Deshaun Watson. Barreling through ahead of steam, making the layup. And here comes the Lakers now on the break. Anthony Davis with it. Guarded by Anderson. Euro step. Layup is good. Nice move there by Anthony Davis. Some bag work, as the kids say. 20-point lead for LA. D'Angelo Russell with it inside. That one is good. And the lead is growing and growing and growing, and it is doing so quickly. This game could turn into a blowout if Golden State doesn't get their act together. Draymond posts up on Russell, and he misses the shot. That's just the kind of day it's been for the Warriors. It's been a rough one. D'Angelo Russell at the top of the key. Tries to lob it up for LeBron, but it's intercepted by Melton. On the other end, Draymond with a beautiful pass for Brendan Podziemski. That's what Golden State needs. Defensive stops leading to easy offensive baskets. Podziemski, mid-ranger is good. That was a really nice shot. D'Angelo Russell was all up in his grill, on the move, and he still drills it. LeBron James on the drive with the throwdown, making Draymond Green look like a child there. 20-point lead once again for the Lakers with under 5 to go in the third. Moses Moody wide open off the inbounds pass for three. Being able to move like that off the ball is a really important skill for off-ball centric wings like Moses Moody. Does a great job there of picking his spot and drilling the shot. Now the problem is the Lakers hit a three on the very next possession. D'Angelo Russell again makes the play. LeBron now from deep. That one is good. 23-point lead for the Lakers. LeBron may be Le Sunshine, but there hasn't been much sun shining here in this building today. We do get a nice and one for Buddy Hield as it's Connect. Called for the foul. 20-point game. Gabe Vincent with it on the drive. He's trapped by Buddy Hield. Sends it out to the perimeter, but it's tipped and stolen away by Moses Moody. Moody inside for Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins is trapped, and he is intercepted by Anthony Davis. Here comes the Lakers now. Dalton Connect with the slam. Connect is a really good athlete. He may not look like it, but he is explosive and dynamic. Going to the basket. What a block by Steph Curry with the denial on the three from D'Angelo Russell. A Curry snuff, not something you see every day. Davis misses the lob. Here comes the Warriors. Under a minute to go in the third. Wiggins inside for Trace Jackson Davis. The best offense is good defense. Jackson Davis gets the stop, runs up the floor, makes the layup. Wiggins pump fake on the three. Gets it out to Buddy Hield. That one is good. And the Warriors over these last 2 or 3 minutes are finally playing some good basketball. The lead is down to 16. Stolen away here by Curry. A chance to make this lead go down even more. Wiggins with it on the drive. Layup is no good. That's a huge miss. The Warriors were really getting some momentum, and then Andrew Wiggins does that. Gabe Vincent likely will take the last shot here in the third for the Lakers. That one is off the mark. Overall, not a very good quarter for the Warriors. They really struggled in those first 5 minutes, and I will say we picked it up down the stretch. We looked pretty good over the last few minutes, and maybe, just maybe, the door is open for a comeback. If we can come back from a similar deficit against Minnesota on the road, maybe it can happen at home against the Lakers. It will not happen, though, if LeBron James has a wide open lane to drive through. He's got 20. Pajemski on the drive. Layup is good. He's had a nice day. 15 points now for Pods. 91-75. LeBron guarded by Anderson. Gets the screen on the drive. The crossover leads to the layup. Nice play there by Bron. 93-75. Here comes Gabe Vincent with it. Vincent on the drive. He's intercepted by Kuminga. Warriors got to push the tempo, looking to move quickly. Draymond inside for Kyle Anderson. He may shoot the ball slowly, but he got that layup up pretty quick. 93-77. LeBron in the corner. Why is Kyle Anderson backing off? There was no backdoor cutter going to the basket at the moment. He should have just stayed on Connect, who hits the three. Pajemski layup blocked by James. Draymond gets it back. Floater is good. Nice play by LeBron, though. The Warriors still score. Good rebound and recovery from Draymond Green. Here's LeBron with it, guarded by Melton. Draymond pokes it away. Vanderbilt gets it right back. And he misses the layup, but he gets his own miss, gets the putback dunk, and the foul, and one. And the Lakers are right back up by 20 with 6.5 to go. Not a good start to the fourth for Golden State. Now they need a miracle at this point, and I guess that's a start. Steph Curry finally hits another three. He was 1 for 9 from deep before that one, so he now goes all the way up to 2 for 10. 16-point game. Draymond Green backs down on D'Angelo Russell. No way he misses again, and he misses again. He's posted up twice on D'Lo and didn't score either time. That's embarrassing. LeBron guarded by Curry. He misses, but gets his own rebound to end the putback. 18-point Laker lead, now with under 5 to go. Curry with it over to Draymond Green. Green on the drive. He's trapped. Pajemski open. Left wing three is good. This is the closest this game has been since the start of the third quarter. 104-91. Maybe the door is still open. Wood inside for LeBron, who gets the dunk. 106-91. Kuminga looks to get by James here in isolation. Hands it off to Pajemski over to Curry. Quick three is good. The lead now within 12. Following a Steph Curry singular three throw, the lead is within 11. The Warriors are making a comeback effort. It might be too little too late, but they're playing well here in this fourth quarter as LeBron hits the jumper. Big shot for the Lakers to get some momentum back. 108-95, under 3 to go. Curry with it on the drive. He's doubled. Wide open. Kuminga, three. Bang! Now we're within 10. The lead continues to go down slowly but surely. LeBron, layup is good. LeBron keeping this lead in a comfortable spot for the Lakers to where Golden State still needs to be pretty much perfect over these next 2 minutes. LeBron inside. That one is good. 14-point lead. And now it's really not looking good for the Warriors. Even though they've played well over these last few minutes, it looks like a case of too little too late. LeBron with the step-back jumper, and I think that'll be your dagger. Final seconds here for the Warriors. Pajemski jumper is no good. And that'll do it here on Christmas. To all of the young children who may have received a ticket to this game as their #1 Christmas present, congratulations. Christmas has been ruined. The LeGRINCH has stolen your day. An impressive win here for the Lakers on the national stage with the world watching, or at least the world who isn't watching the NFL, which is a pretty small fraction of the world. But nonetheless, Steph Curry was not particularly good. He played fairly well in the fourth, but before that, he was a nightmare offensively. 21 for Kuminga, 18 for Pajemski. Otherwise, nobody was really that impressive for us. As for the Lakers, LeBron was pretty good. 34 points on good shooting. D'Lo was also impressive. He had 24 on 50% from deep. Anthony Davis was quiet as a scorer, but he had 17 rebounds and 5 steals. Oddly enough. No blocks, but 5 steals. Impressive. So a rough loss here for our Warriors. We have lost 6 of our last 8 games and are now only 1 game over 500. Let's simulate through the rest of this calendar year. We've got the Clippers, who are not very good, the Suns, who are not very good, and then the Cavs, who are good. So an interesting slate of 3 games. The Grizzlies offer is Brandon Clark and a first for Draymond. Interesting idea. I like the idea of getting an extra pick, but we're going to say no. We would end up winning 2 of 3. We got blown out by the Clippers, which isn't ideal. But we had another really nice showing from Kuminga. He had 30 points on good shooting, and he led the offense with Steph Curry getting the day off. Podziemski did not look so good, 5 of 21, but in the following game, he only missed 1 shot. Podziemski's been inconsistent at times this year, but again, we've seen the flashes with him. And then look at this one against the Cavs. We won by nearly 30. Curry had 41. Kuminga had 32. If Jonathan Kuminga becomes a little bit more consistent, we might have a really good secondary scorer next to Steph Curry, which would make this offense exponentially better. In the next episode, we'll get through a large portion of January, and along with that, we will go over our very first prospect profile of the season. We're going to take a look at the players who are currently projected towards the top of this NBA draft. And for those of you watching who are newer to this channel, I want to point out that, at least for most of my viewers, I would say that the prospect profiles in the NBA draft are probably their favorite parts of these MyNBA series, and honestly, I would agree. So I hope you guys are ready to take our first look at some of these custom prospects in the next episode. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.